grow, and I'm absolutely delighted that you are able to join us. Up until a few minutes ago, while I was learning how to use this technology, I was reminded again how important it is to challenge yourself. A few months ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Leanne, and I, like probably a lot of you, thought that there was no difference between reputation marketing and reputation management. In the last few months, as I've been working with Leanne, I have learned there's not only a difference, there's a huge difference. And in today's I gotta have it now, go online, read a review, click through and make an appointment kind of world that we live in, it seems to me that online testimonials seem a little dated and probably not all that effective. So I'm absolutely thrilled that Leanne has offered to provide some expertise, information, and hopefully a little inspiration about the brave new world that's called reputation marketing. So, Leanne, thank you for joining me this evening, and please take it away.
Thanks for that warm welcome, Patty. As Patty said, yes, there is a big difference between reputation management and reputation marketing. And we're going to get into that into further detail, but just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of information about who I am and the services we offer. Obviously the big thing right now is reputation marketing because it's really going to help you get ranked up there in the search engines. And, how do you handle a bad review? I'm sure we probably all seen them, have read them, and maybe posted some. So without further ado, I'm just going to dive right in because there's a lot of material that we're going to cover. And, feel free to post in the chat box if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them as we plug along. So many of you have probably bought products in the past, and whether you're looking for a restaurant or another med spa or a day spa, and your clients look up your company before they actually show up. And, right now what we're focused on is, would you buy a product or service that has bad ratings and reviews? For example, this next slide here is perfect. If they had identical services and you saw that the company had, a 3-star review versus a 5-star review or no reviews at all, 9 times out of 10, you're going to pick the one with 5 stars, right? That's what I would do. I know we've done that in the past. Sorry, I'm moving along in the slides here, but so, most of us are going to pick the ones with the 5-star reviews because we want that 5-star service because we're paying our hard money, and that's the service that we deserve. So I definitely want to welcome everyone and say, the most important thing right now is marketing your business. And how are you going to do that? Your reputation, because we all know your reputation is everything. If you have a bad reputation, people are probably not going to come to you. So we're going to step through a couple of the game changers that really leads towards your reputation and how important it is. And the great thing is your competition doesn't even know about it yet. So first game changer, actually we're going to talk about the reputation marketing and kind of, I just really want to hone in on the fact of what Patty had said earlier in regards to what's the difference between reputation marketing and reputation management. The short of it is you really don't make money managing your reputation. It's more of a in-house service that you're like, okay, how do I fix this? How do I get rid of this bad reputation? Well, how you do that is through reputation marketing. So again, we're going to go through these game changers real quick. And as of November, Google has kind of changed the world and how the search engines work. Now you can actually type into a search engine in Google the company name and the city, and it's really going to display and reveal their reputation. As you can see on this slide here, this particular salon that I looked up, Amore Salon and Spa in Kalispell, Montana, they have a 3.5. And it's showing up here too. There, when you hover over, it would display this 3.5 stars. Now it's really bringing everything front and center. What Google has done is they've literally pulled your Google Plus page, and if for those of you that aren't familiar with that, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that as we progress. But it really displays what people are saying about your business online before they even show up. Game changer number 2. It's not only showing up with the search that we just showed you, but also down here on the map. You know, everyone has seen the map where it shows up with the little bubble there and your business is displayed. Not only is it showing up there, but it's also showing up in pay-per-click advertising. So for those of you that are paying for PPC, your display is on, literally on display, your reviews about your business, your website rankings. It affects that. So even if you're in number 1 up here, it's showing up. There's really no way to hide from it. It's also displayed in your organic search. And organic search is natural SEO, search engine optimization, that people pay a lot of money for that, to get ranked up there and show up first. It's also displayed in your local directories. So if you like to use Yelp or Insider Pages, City Search, Dex Knows, it's displayed in those as well. Game changer number 3 is here is more of how we used to do things, or how people are currently possibly doing things. SEO, social media, pay-per-click, local marketing. Focusing your areas on that and taking your money and spending on those is not really how you want to do it anymore, because none of it really works, because especially if you have bad reviews online or no reviews at all, because now what you're doing is you're displaying that bad reputation instead of, hey, flipping it kind of on its head and saying, let's build that reputation up first and display that in the search engines and start using your SEO, your social media, your pay-per-click, your local marketing. Hopefully everyone is following along with me. If you have any questions, definitely enter them into the chat. We're going to move right along to the 4th and final game changer. Basically, this is saying, reviews they're pre-qualified customers, meaning they're already looking up your business, they're interested in getting service about you, and now they want to really see, what are people saying about you? With this from Bright Local, it's a search company, and 72% of buyers really trust reviews as much as a personal recommendation. So if I'm looking for a med spa, I'm going to ask a friend, but I'm also going to look it up online. And what it says about you online is super important, and they're going to trust that just as much as a personal recommendation. This here is a stat from a poll that was done from Nielsen, which is like the dominator of really finding out what's going on with people in every aspect of the world. So they asked a bunch of people and said, to what extent do you trust the forms of advertising? And believe it or not, 92%, said recommendations from people that I know, so those personal referrals. And then the thing that came up, second, is consumer opinions posted online. That means your reviews. They are literally reading those reviews and taking them to heart and really making a buying decision based off of the reviews that are posted online. The next one would be the editorial content, such as newspaper articles or your printed ads. So you can kind of see just by looking at this how other means of marketing are kind of falling short. Like even your website is, they're going to trust you because they probably know your business, so they're going to trust what you say on your website. But emails that you signed up for, like a newsletter, you got a 1 in 2 chance that they may purchase your service just because they signed up for a newsletter. And then now it's even going further. Whoops. Let me go back one slide there. Right there at the bottom where it says ads on TV. There's still, even if you have an ad on TV, they're going to still go online, search for your business, search for that particular service, and see who's ranking up higher. So, it kind of begs the question of why reputation is vital to a business. Well, here's a few cool stats that we're going to kind of go through. And consumers, on an average, look up 10 reviews before making a decision. That means before they even step through the door or give you a call to find out or inquire about you, they're looking up about 6 to 10 reviews before they actually decide they're going to buy with you, which means 70% of consumers that trust a business with a 6 to 10 reviews. So if you're a business and you only have, let's say, 2 or 3 great reviews about yourself, well, you definitely want to work on that, because they're just going to kind of thumb through and say, well, it's not like this other company who has 6 or 10 reviews about them. Their clients really like them. And are those reviews current? If it's been a couple of years since you've gotten a review, they're not going to really look at it as relevant. So, to really sum it up, without 10 5-star reviews, your business, really, the way that people look at it is they really just don't trust you. So without having those 5-star reviews and at least 6 of them displayed all over the different review directories, that's including Google, Yelp, Bing, Yahoo, the bigs out there, they're really not going to trust you. So part of what we do is, actually what we do and specialize in, is getting you those 6 to 10 reviews. So it kind of begs the question to say, what is reputation marketing? What does it really mean? And right here on the screen it says build a 5-star reputation online and leveraging that reputation to get more customers. And it sums it up, and it's everything that we're about to really dive in deep and talk about. So here's where you need to break out your pen and paper and maybe take some notes, and because we're going to get right into how you're going to go ahead and build that reputation marketing. And here's the strategy behind it. First thing, if you all signed up for the webinar, you're going to actually get a link from Patty that will let you go ahead and run your reputation report so you can find out what people are actually saying about you online. A lot of people have no idea. And this is a quick report. It's free through this webinar, where you're going to actually see how you score, how you rate. Are you really connecting all the pieces, dotting your I's, crossing your T's? So the next thing we really want to talk about is the 4 types of reputations. Bad reputation, that's I think everyone pretty much understands what that means. No reputation is just as bad as having a bad reputation, because you've been in business for a long time and still no one can say anything positive or negative about you. That's not a good sign. So it's just as bad as having a bad reputation. A good reputation is, I think majority of businesses fall under this. The great thing is, for everyone that's sitting on this webinar, you're taking that step forward and you want a better reputation. You want to figure out, how do I do this? Where do I begin? And that's what we're here for. This good reputation is usually sprinkled with, you'll have some good reviews, and then you'll have a sprinkle of bad reviews. So you don't quite get that 5-star. You get like a 3.5 or maybe, a 3.9, but not quite 5 stars. And then the last one is the 5-star reputation. And excuse me, that is what we're shooting for. That's how we're going to get you more business, more clients coming to you, and really ramp up that revenue that you want. So here we go. You're going to want to definitely write this down, because this is the basic steps, and then we're going to delve into each one as we move along. Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Okay. Excuse me again. Develop that first thing you want to do is develop that 5-star reputation. I have that up. And how we're going to do that is, you definitely going to start asking your clients. It's been my experience that 9 times out of 10, people will not leave you a review or a comment simply because you didn't ask them. you didn't take the time, you didn't have the business card, you didn't have the system or process in place to ask for that review. So people just don't know about it. And the second thing is you want to market that reputation. How are you going to do that? Through email, through videos, there's a ton of different steps, because you definitely want to represent and say, you know what, I've been in business for 10 plus years and I have X amount of clients and they love my services. They always come back to me. Well, a new client that's coming in wants to see that you have that stability of those clients that took the time to leave you a review and boasting about your services. The third one is manage that reputation, meaning you need to have a monitoring and system in place that is going to track how you who's leaving reviews about you, what they're saying about you, so that you can handle that soon as it comes in instead of a week later or 2 days later. They want that instant feedback. So you need to have a system and process in place where you can monitor those reviews and you know what people are really saying about you so that you can handle it as a customer service issue. Meaning you can also put your side of the story out there. Instead of a one-sided conversation, now you're having a two-sided conversation. So if somebody new that may be looking into your services, they can see that you're responding to them. You really care about your clients. Whether it's a good review or a bad review, you definitely want to get your voice out there and get it heard. And that's all about the managing of that reputation. Then the fourth thing is, if you have several staff members, or even if it's yourself, creating that marketing culture so that everyone understands the importance of having a great reputation online, a 5-star reputation online, then it's much easier to start collecting those reviews and getting the feedback that you need to maybe improve your business. Maybe you need to tweak a few things internally, or even if you need to change or um, offer different things, there's, now you can actually get the feedback from your clients and really grow that business and tailor it to what the majority are saying. So how do you develop that 5-star reputation? Well, as I said, you need to have those systems and tools in place to kind of collect those reputations, get that feedback. And one thing that we offer with this is, in the media center, it's going to have a place where you can start generating a postcard. So it's right there in front of your kiosk or wherever someone is checking out. You hand it to them, or you put it in when they purchase a product from you, or when they get done with their service and they're super happy, and you say, hey, I see that you're happy. Do you mind leaving me a review? It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead and scan this QR code, and they go ahead and leave you a great review. And then the other one is, the business cards. So the postcards are more, obviously bigger, but the business cards, every staff person can hand them one as they're doing business. Whether it's checking out for the receptionist or the massage therapist or the business owner, they're on hand. It's easy. It takes 2 seconds to leave a review. Email templates. So we've crafted email templates that you can have at your disposal, where you can just easily send out if you have a contact list. Say, hey, we're trying to improve our business, and this is perfect for those businesses that have a list of clientele of 100 people, and you can send out and say, hey, it's been a while since we've heard from you. You can kind of promote yourself as well, but you're also asking, please leave us a review. We're really trying to improve on this, and you'll be surprised at the amount of feedback that you're going to get from these. I mean, the whole point of this is to build up your reputation. We all know you're great business owners. We all know you strive really well to give the best customer service. So why not have a system and process in place that really supports that? This is the private review page is one of the best things that I think some of you may be familiar with something similar to this. I know there's services out there, third-party services, I don't really want to name names, but they kind of try to build this for you, and you pay probably a lot of money for it, way more than what you should be. Um, and basically what this does is it gives you kind of that behind the scenes, but here's my arena, my area that you can leave me a review, and these reviews will not go out to Google. We're only going to market your 5 stars. So every time somebody leaves you a 5-star, that one's going to get marketed. If they leave you anything before that or below that, 4, 3, whatever, now you'll get notified immediately saying, hey, you have a customer service issue or you have a client issue that you need to take care of. Now you can handle that. And it's not out there for the public and on the internet for everyone to see. So unlike some other services out there, this is how we differ. On top of that, we have a posting strategy that really is a good way to kind of get that reputation out there, from social media to the review directories, to really get that stuff out there naturally, where if you just try to do this by yourself, you're going to have a hard time doing that, and Google is probably going to ding you. And this is the next slide where it talks about businesses can't really post reviews from customers on their own. And the reason being is review sites have algorithms and filters that delete all reviews that are posted from the same computer IP network. That is a mouthful. So what does that really mean? If you have a computer in your business and it's kind of like that business address and it keeps seeing the same address over and over and over, well, majority of the review sites out there are going to see that and they're going to think it's spam, and it's going to do you more harm than good. Fortunately for us, we have a proprietary system that allows customers to post reviews naturally, then market their reviews to get more customers. And when those reviews come in from the private review page or feedback page, now we're handling it in a way that we're not going to get spammed by that algorithm or that filter, because it's going to be from different areas. And it's just, in order for somebody to do that on their own, you would have to go to 6 different locations, 6 different cities with different computers, and try and do that. Well, if you're a business owner, a small business owner like myself, you don't have time to do that. And who wants to run around town and try and do that? Not me. So moving right along, the next thing would be to market your 5-star reputation. And video review marketing is great. You can do that. It's so powerful. A lot of people will actually watch a video before they're going to read text. So we can help you with that in figuring out how to capture those reviews on video and make it look professional. We have a system that there's like 4 questions you can ask and get the information you need in a matter of 30 seconds. Because last thing we want to do is have just a talking head for 2 minutes. Nobody wants to watch that. Website marketing, you want to have those reviews on your website, so when somebody shows up, they can see it. Now it's the replacement of testimonials. And if those of you that have testimonials on your website, that's great. But is it really, how new are those testimonials? When's the last time you actually had a good testimonial? You want to kind of look at all of that stuff. If it's been a couple years, if it's even been 3 months, that's a little long. People want to see more updated reviews. Social media marketing. You need to post that stuff out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, PhotoBucket, any kind of, and a lot of people just don't have time to go ahead and do the videos and the website marketing and social media marketing. It's tough. It's a lot of stuff to take on. That's what we're here for you to take advantage of. Email marketing, again, back to that email templates. You have a list of clients, why not market to them? Show them how great your doing. Offer you a new service and include a little tag that says, here's what a few clients have said about us. There you go. And then mass marketing. That kind of lends its hand back to the beginning of when I showed you can type in the name of the company and the city and see your reviews right up top. How you're doing. Well, this is going to get you to that next level of pushing through that 3.5 mark and really getting you to that 5-star reputation. Sales marketing. A lot of this one's interesting because I don't think a lot of people are taking advantage of this one. Majority of people have a brochure or something, or pamphlet of some kind to promote their services. Why not include a little quote from one of the reviews that you've received in the last month or two, or positive reviews, a few of them, include 2 or 3. That's really going to help promote your service, because now they're really seeing that, like, wow, they're everywhere. Email, social media, they're on their website, in their marketing materials, it's on there. It's like, wow, they have a lot of love. Their clients really like them. I definitely want to do business with them. That's how I would think about it. The last thing we want to talk about is creating that reputation marketing culture. So if you have a staff, whether it's a receptionist or somebody who's, cleaning up the place, or all the way down to your massage therapist or your doctors or whomever, you want them to be on the same page as you. The system will only work if everyone is on the same page, from the owner down to the lowest level of staff member that you could have. So you want to make sure you inspire your staff to really understand the importance of what you're trying to build for your business, and that is getting great reviews. And what will inspire them even more is if everyone who's on staff is giving great customer service, well, then the result of that is getting great reviews from them as well. And part of our system is having that personalized reputation training center where they actually sit down. It takes about 20 minutes, and you train them, and they watch some videos. They have a quiz at the end of it, and you get the results that say, so-and-so only got 65. Well, you know what? You might need to go back and watch the videos, because our passing score is, and you set the bar, you say, you have to get a 90 or better. And then you go from there. And then retest as months go on. 3 months, maybe they lose track of things, or we all kind of get in that work, and not really think about the full picture, the big picture. So this is a good way to kind of keep them motivated. Have them go back and watch the videos and really make them understand what you're trying to do. Here we go. Hold on one second. Here we go. So this is going to kind of put it in a bigger perspective, and I'm a visual person, so I like to see everything on screen. And this is what we talked about earlier, is build that reputation. Getting reviews. You're going to get those reviews from your feedback page. We're also going to get those reviews from Yelp, Insider Pages, Bing, Yahoo, Kudzu, let's see, City Search. We're going to take those reviews, and now we're going to market that reputation. All the 5-star reviews that you get from them, whether it's from email, wherever. Maybe you have past testimonials. We're going to use that as a resource as well. You can use that in your sales strategy, which, we're going to help you post out to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Flickr, PhotoBucket, Foursquare. That's all part of this service. We're going to manage your reputation, meaning we're going to monitor the site. When you get a bad review from Yelp, for example, you're going to immediately know when somebody does that. Instead of having to log into, oh, let me go log into Yelp. Oh, let me go log into Yellowbook or Google Plus and Bing. You're talking about hours of sitting there just trying to monitor what people are saying about you online. Now you get instantly notified. As soon as a review is left for you, you get notified. And now you can handle it. You can go in and say, hey, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. What can I do to fix this? Um, as I said earlier, you're going to get a link to, or I believe it's actually a PDF, right, Patty? A PDF of how to handle bad reviews online. So now you can handle it with the proper way instead of just burying your head in the sand and ignoring it. That makes it 1,000 times worse. You definitely need to handle this head on with nothing to be scared of. And again, the last circle here, or last piece, is create that culture. Educate and inspire your staff, or educate and inspire yourself for that matter, and say, you know what, this is important to me. I'm setting this as a priority, and I really need to understand everything that's going on and what people are saying about me, because that reputation, your company reputation, takes so long to build, but so easy to fall apart. You know, we all know that a mad customer is more willing to leave and talk, and with a computer, just sit in front of a computer, they're much braver leaving a bad review versus, okay, well, now I'm responding back to you, now what's going to happen? And they'll, 9 times out of 10, they just want that respect of, oh, they really care about me, they're willing to fix this is great. And then the little circle here, it's kind of a rinse and repeat. You got to keep it going. As I said in the beginning, just having a few reviews from 2 years ago is really not relevant, not going to help your cause, and it's not going to help you promote your business. But if you have that constant, it's a machine. You just got to keep on getting those reviews, and building up that status of, yes, I am the industry leader, and I'm awesome at this, so I want to boast about it, and you're allowed to. So this right here, it kind of goes through, it's more of a display of, here's what happens. So the feedback page, which is the private review page, comes in, those reviews come into our staff, and we monitor and engage and let you know immediately as soon as somebody leaves your review, whether it's from the feedback page or just an online review from Yelp or whatever, somewhere outside of that. You're going to get, it comes into us, and then we're going to notify you, meaning you're going to literally 24/7, if you're going to get notified. It's an instant thing. Then from there, we're going to redirect your positive reviews online to the other outside there, the top 10 review directories: Google, Yahoo, Bing, Insider Pages, City Search, Kudzu, the list goes on. So we're going to promote that. So we're really setting you up as that industry expert because everyone loves your services. Okay, we're also going to market that to your website, to your social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Flickr, PhotoBucket, Foursquare, and I forgot to add it on here, but we also do Pinterest as well. And this is kind of a sample, if you can see right here. Let me see if I can do the pen and highlight. Right here you can kind of see, this is what it's going to look like. This little square thing right here on those image sites, which is a nice picture. It shows, it's going to have your company name, it's going to have 5 stars, it's going to have the review, it's going to have the date of when they left the review, it's going to promote you because it's going to have your phone number on there as well. And it's a really nice way to really market your 5-star reputation, what clients are saying about you. So again, the daily monitoring, a lot of people have Google Alerts. Well, there's a little bit of a fault to that, because if they don't happen to mention your name, your company business name, or your service, you're probably not going to get the alert. And 9 times out of 10, when people are leaving your review and they're on, let's say, Yelp or somewhere, and they've made it to your listing, I'm going to say pretty much nobody's going to actually mention your company name. They're just going to write about your service because they've already made it, and they just assume that they're talking about it. Well, that's why Google Alerts doesn't really work, because when you set up your alerts, going to probably set it up with your company name. Well, if they're not entering it in, you're missing it. So they can leave good or bad things about you. So the daily monitoring is super important because, as I said, whether you're on Yelp or not, or any of those other review directories, then you're going to get the alerts. Biweekly reporting. This is going to, and we can either set that up for biweekly or monthly. It's up to you, whatever you decide. But it's a report that kind of shows you, hey, here's how many reviews you need to really improve your game plan. So it's a constant strategy that's being sent to you and notifying you of like where you need to improve and how we can get you a better rating on all of the review directories. The daily review alerts, again, you're going to get notified, negative or positive. So let's say somebody leaves you a 5-star review. That's great. Maybe you want to reward that person. Contact them and say, hey, thanks for leaving me a great review. Come on in. I want to give you 10% off of your next service, or 10% off of your next product that you purchase from us. We enjoy having you as a customer or client. Location-based reporting. So let's say you're a med spa or a day spa that you have multiple locations. Well, instead of just lumping everything into one, you need to be able to track and monitor each location and figure out, maybe this area really likes X service, or this area really likes, a different kind of service, or maybe let's say they're in Kalispell, Montana, and that location is performing great. Well, and then the other one, maybe they're in a different part of Montana and the reviews aren't coming in as good. As a business owner, you want to know what people are really saying about the two locations, and maybe there's an area that you can improve your business and get more money from, new business coming in. So, we have that as well in place. So each location is unique and different. Continuing to grow your reviews, that's through the media center, where you can make business cards, postcards, window clings, and have all that at your disposal. Posting reviews, as we had talked about earlier, they can't really be done by an individual. So you can't just hire a, little high school person and say, hey, go post all these reviews for me. Doesn't work that way. Unless you're willing to pay for their travel time to hit different cities and use a different computer, and I don't think that's very efficient for anyone. So just, a quick reminder that trying to do this on your own is not feasible. Managed by marketing online, the 5-star reviews, basically, posting those reviews out to your social media networks and the different review sites that are out there. That's what we're going to do. I'd like to ask everyone at this time, if you hired someone to come in who was going to handle all of this for you, how much would that cost per month? You can post in the chat box, what you would think that's the typical cost of what you think this kind of service would be, like that would cost you every month. Oh, I'm seeing here $2,000, $3,000, $1,500. Yep, it's about typical of what everyone would say. And Patty and I have worked really hard together and worked out, and she's expressed the importance of a small business owner in the industry that you all are in, and we've come up with a custom pricing specific just for this webinar, along with the 2 free items that we have said in the beginning. You'll get your reputation report, where you can pull the report, really see what people are saying about you. You're going to get the blueprint of how to handle bad reviews online, how to respond to them. Patty's going to send all that out at the end of the webinar. And typically our service would be a $1,500 setup and a monthly cost of $697. But because we've partnered up and teamed up with Patty and she's expressed, how we can make this offer special and great for everyone that is attending this webinar, we're waiving the setup cost of $1,500 and we're dropping the monthly of $197 a month. That's a 70% off of the monthly savings. And if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and pop up in the chat. There's actually a little, where's it at? Where'd it go? Really? All right, Trip, you want to enter that in real quick, the offer? Maybe I can do that. I don't know. So at this point, if you have any questions, Trip's going to go ahead and put in the chat box the link and everything to get started. And I can't wait to start talking to everyone to really see how we can help your business. If you have any questions, you can email me at info@tripleefusion.com and we can figure out the best way to get this rolling for you and help you out. Did you add that? Cool.
Leanne, this is Patty. I have
Patty.
just a couple things I wanted to add, and I'm really delighted that we had a great group this evening, because every time I listen to this presentation, I learn something new. But I travel a lot, and when I go and look for a spa or a hotel to stay at, if I see no reviews, or I see reviews, like in one case from, I think it was 2007, I think the business is out of business.
Absolutely. And that, like I said in the beginning, having no reviews is just as bad as having bad reviews. Because 9 times out of 10, those business owners, have been in business for a long time and they have a great following and they probably perform their best service, but unfortunately, nobody knows about it. And they're really losing out.
Yeah, the other thing is that I think as a small business owner, it's sometimes hard to step back and think about how much business am I losing because I either don't have any reviews or I have kind of lukewarm reviews. And if people are really looking at 10 reviews, which I'll confess, I mean, I do that if I'm going to a restaurant, trying out a new spa, looking for a great hotel in a city I'm not very familiar with. And I think it's just amazing that in our industry, we haven't even started talking about losing business because of either no presence or not a 5-star presence. And when you look at the cost of doing a program like this, you could take that $197 and divide it by whatever your average massage or the average amount of a Botox visit for a medical spa, or the average cost of a room, or the average body care service, and say, hey, I think I probably am missing out on business. If I can even recapture 2, 3 additional new customers a month by working on my reputation, it would definitely pay off.
For sure. Because really, if you look at how many, if you kind of look at it in the perspective of how many clients do you get a week? Let's say 5. And your typical service on an average is $80 per client that signs up with you, that buys your services. Well, those 5 decide to go somewhere else. How much money are you losing? Because you don't have a good reputation, or you just don't have a reputation at all and you don't have anyone talking about you. That's really important to think about.
I think we'll do one last request for comments or questions, and I will be sending out tomorrow a link to obtain your complimentary analysis. and then also that how to manage bad reviews online. Leanne, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Other than the fact that, thank you so much for everyone that has joined the webinar and that signed up. I'm super excited to get to know you. Even if you have general questions, you just want to contact me and get some feedback or insight of maybe what we can do for you, or just, just pick my brain on general information. And, I'd love to have that conversation with everyone. Um, Send me an email and I'll respond to you right away. I'll give you a call. Make sure you include your phone number so I can give you a call to follow up, because, email is email, but an actual conversation where you can talk to someone is really nice. Because I want to get to know each and every one of you, and I just look forward to really doing business with everyone, or even just having a free consultation for an hour. You know, Shoot me an email and let's work it out.
Leanne, thank you so much for taking the time and helping to enlighten me and helping all of us who are trying to run businesses understand how to really maximize our online reputation and turn it into great business. So thanks everyone for attending. Look forward to your goodies that will come via email. And again, thanks for joining us. And I hope that this was time well spent. I know it was for me.
Thank you.